everybody. So if I do it in that spirit, that's called yagna spirit. So these people who are doing a lot of seemingly selfless activity, but they are not out, they are outside yagna spirit. I mean, they are doing it selfishly. So those kind of people, he's saying that you don't want to be like that. You'd rather be a yogi. So just wanted to bring that up.
Krishna concludes here that a silent and quiet meditator who struggles hard to withdraw himself from his own false identifications with his body, mind, and intellect through constant and consistent contemplation upon the nature of the self is ever the best.
So here it is, your answer. So he's saying that the quiet meditator who struggle hard to withdraw himself from his own false identification. So we have read that, right? The whole thing. We have learned it, that body, mind, intellect is all, those are the coverings.
Yeah.
That's not real. And then constantly contemplating on the nature of the self is the best. So there is the answer. So if we are able to do that, and like you said, that once somebody establish in it, they don't need to sit 24 hours. Whatever they do, they're already in connect. All these great saints who are self-realized, like they are in meditation 24/7. उनको कुछ और दिखता ही नहीं है, वो भगवान ही दिखते हैं वहाँ पे उनको. So that's what it is.
Thus, comparing a meditator with A man of utter self-denial, B, deep students of the scriptures, and C, ritualist Krishna concludes his observation that a meditator alone is the best among the whole lot, standing nearest to truth, and therefore you be a yogi meditator, O Arjuna.
Okay, so everybody got it. He explained again, huh?
There are different types of meditators, each meditating upon a different point of contemplation. Who among them is then the best and the greatest meditator? Listen.
So now he's going to talk about who is among the meditators also. He's telling him who is the best. Yeah.
Here it says, standing nearest to the truth. Meditator standing nearest to it. He hasn't reached yet.
He has not.
That's the thing to understand in this one.
Yes.
That he's
still trying, but where are his efforts lying? I think that, right?
That's what it is.
Yeah, where his efforts
I didn't pick it till you mentioned it.
Yeah. Very important point.
Yeah.
ये नहीं कि क्योंकि वो जब पहुंच गए उसको अर्जुन को वो
पहुंच गए तो फिर तो then you are merged with this. Then you are no more meditator. You are just enlightened soul.
And enlightened soul also meditate because एक बार very interesting. Somebody said कि भाई आप क्यों meditate कर रहे हो किसी I think रामकृष्ण जी को पूछा था या कुछ तो I don't remember some great saint उन्होंने कहा कि ये pot देख रहे हो जो भी था pot brass का तो बोला उसको मैं polish रखना चाहता हूँ because when we are in the body negative things do come to us. He's saying the avatar जो होते हैं ना वो they are like Krishna and Rama and all, they are totally like together, no problem. But if you are in a body and then you become enlightened, rush लग सकती है उसमें. I thought that was such a beautiful answer. So it's not like wonderful.
माया तो कभी भी आ सकती है ना.
हाँ तो माया से ग्रस्त हो सकता है तो इसीलिए बोलता है that's why we meditate. Or like when I'm watching this Devo Ke Dev Mahadev and they always show that Shiva anytime his job is done he goes into meditation. we go on open the channel and talk on the phone. Either he's working or he's meditating. There's no third job for him. So that's what it is for them.
Then
on that thing about the brass,
What?
somebody said, but then it should be a gold. If it was a gold,
Then it'll remain there forever.
what is that gold? What did he mean by that? That is the person who has already
reached there. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
it's continuation of your
What?
what you said.
Yes.
I think I heard the same.
Same talk, yeah. Maybe one of the Swamis from Chidmaya Mission only said that. Okay, so the last verse here. योगीनामपि सर्वेषां
योगीनामपि सर्वेषां
मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना
मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना
श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां
श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां
समे युक्तमतो मतः
समे युक्ततमो मतः
Yoginam of yogis, api is even, sarvesham of all, madgaten, merged in me, antaratman, with inner self, shraddhavan, eluded with faith, bhajate, worship, va, who, mam is me, sa is he, me, by me, yuktatam, most devout, mata is deemed. Okay, who's gonna? You have the book now. You can
Hanji.
read it.
यहाँ से 47.
47. And among.
Yeah, and among all yogis, he who full of faith with his inner self merged in me, worships me, he is according to me the most devout. Whereas the previous stanza gives us a relative estimate of the different paths in spirituality and finally declares that meditation is the best among the lot. The stanza now under review explains who exactly is the best among all the meditators. Meditation is, in the beginning, at least a deliberate act by which the seeker strives to keep his thoughts channelized into one predetermined sorry, I was
That's okay.
stuttering, into one predetermined divine line of thinking. And this is maintained by disallowing the mind to run into dissimilar thought channels. Meditation, therefore, must of necessity start with an effort on the part of the meditator to fix his mind upon some object of contemplation or the other. The art of meditation can be classified under different types according to the nature of the object of contemplation chosen and according to the nature of the persuasions adopted in curtailing the mind from its mad roamings. Oh, shall I carry on? Or
Yeah, so I think that here he's just talking about that. Firstly, the early part of meditation is saying what we need to do is a deliberate act to keep all thoughts, many thoughts से लेके एक चीज पे concentrate.
That's
We know
what-
that.
So that
That's
makes
what Kamala was saying.
that's make it very clear here.
He's not finished
That-
yet. He's not finished. He's just telling you right now. The Swami just explaining. He's not done with who is the best meditator.
No, I'm not
No,
talking about best
bolo.
meditator. I'm talking about the doubt I was having.
Yeah.
That Karam Yogi cannot have that pointed attention towards God because he has to think about the activity he's doing. So Karam Yogi, you cannot become meditator right away. You have to go through this process but that's a good thing that while you are doing something, you focus on God and devote everything, whatever you are doing, to God.
Acha, firstly,
But
yeah.
meditation is the ultimate way. Only through Karam Yogi, by becoming Karam Yogi.
I
You
think
are
that
a Karam yogi, but remember, Karam is finite and you cannot reach from finite to infinite. It is a sequence from Karma Yogi onwards.
So
you have to go from there.
Karam
It is
Yogi.
only to purify the mind.
Okay.
Karma Yogi is only to purify it.
first of all, let's understand one thing. When we say karma yogi or a meditator or a bhakti yoga, we are not talking about three different people. Like, hey, he's a karma yogi. Karma yogi can be meditator and bhakti yoga also.
I
Huh?
understand.
So that's
I do agree.
the moment you put in a box, you have a huge problem here. So here also he talks about like what you are saying, that when you say karma yoga and meditation, it's one path only. But where you are standing, that's what it is. If your mind is not purified, then you are standing over here. It's like I'm taking the road over here.
I do not agree with that.
I'm not saying it. It's Krishna Bhagwan saying it. You don't need to agree with me. This is Krishna Bhagwan's words. That and you have to go back to. I would suggest go back to chapter 3. The first three or four verses he explains that. He said that it's the same path where you are. It's not like, hey, I pick this or pick this. It's like, somebody explained so nicely, saying, like Arjun asked that question. So it's like somebody asking, hey, should I take an entrance exam or should I go to the college? That's not a comparison. You take entrance exam to go to college. You see what I'm saying?
Wonderful
Requirement.
explanation.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So he's saying that, hey, if you have not taken entrance exam, you can enter that. You will be a क्या बोलते हैं वही मिथ्याचारी, hypocrite. So the more you're going to clean your mind, the better meditator you will be. So the karma yoga does cleaning of the mind. It's like a scrubbing.
But that's not, we cannot achieve God through karma yoga. Is that clear? Is that, can I conclude that?
The reason you want to so badly conclude it, but there are people who said karma yoga can become the highest also.
But isn't that what Arjun did? He did his karma yoga.
Right, he did. He got it. So I think that you have to drop that idea that karma yogi can, it's like, oh, jo meditator है already karma yogi hai ji. See, because there are people who
मेडिटेट में भी आप बैठ कर तो कर्म तो कर ही रहे हो ना.
अभी जैसे राजा जनक है.
That's a different interpretation.
राजा जनक है. Okay, he was a king. And he, like Ashtavakra उन्होंने भेजा. They are like two realized people talking to. Guru is also realized, Chela is also realized. But he's a king, right? Until he died, he
but
was
the
a king.
king cannot become enlightened unless he, besides doing his work, he meditates also. He's focusing on meditation.
I mean, here, look at her. She's saying that she feels like she's in meditation all the time.
But I don't agree with that part. That if you feel like you are meditating all the time, you can achieve God.
What?
Like if you are doing your activities daily and you are you are attached to God all the time.
First of all, what do you call attachment to God? That's another huge problem.
Like thinking
because
about
when you
God
say,
all
I'm thinking about Krishna, no, that's not what he's saying. That he's not saying that meri murti ko mera picture leo. He's saying that I am everything.
God is inside you.
Yes, he's inside you. He's outside. It's
God
like,
means you're looking at everybody as equal.
like if we all can achieve God by saying this,
not by saying.
by
You have to actually feel it.
Yeah. See, first step is to know. Because if I, like my teacher used to say, hey, Bhagwan is saying meditate on God. Do you know what God is? यही नहीं पता God क्या है तो तुम लोग meditate क्या करोगे? So that's why we have to study the other 6 chapters. When you study, then it sinks in very slowly. It doesn't sink in immediately. अगर किसी को बोल दिया कि तुम भगवान हो ये उसको कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. लेकिन you experiment, you see, you kind of sit and look at the ocean, do all of that, then पता चलता है कि भाई बोलते ना कण कण में भगवान है. All those things start sinking in. Then also we are not completely there. But it starts making more sense. I mean, I remember that when a few classes ago, when we gave the example of ocean, and she stopped me like another place and said, can you tell me more about that? She was thinking about it for days probably, you know?
It didn't sink in. I thought I understood.
But that
I
is
did not.
exactly what happens, that when you hear all these deep truths, it haunts you and you think about it and then you say, oh, now I see. And sometime in the middle of night it clicks, or taking shower or something. Now I understand what they were saying. So it's a very slow process, So I think that I would not haste in coming to conclusions. That's why we have to have a lot of shraddha. Because if I outright reject something,
No.
Yeah.
I have a lot of shraddha.
No, I know, but when I told you that this is one path,
but
I'm not saying it, Krishna Bhagwan said it. Because we also had the same doubt.
But through this
reading,
I'm trying to answer the doubts which I have
Yeah,
in
no,
my
that's true,
mind.
that's true.
So that's
No, I didn't
why-
mean
and-
it that way, but
and
what I'm
I want
saying
to-
is,
I want to clarify those doubts for the benefit of everybody else also.
Yes.
Like, because with this thing, I feel if you leave the world and if you go to Himalaya and focus on meditation, you can achieve God.
Not according to Krishna Bhagwan.
If you
But then you'll be doing
No.
injustice to your other jobs.
No, no, no.
You have to.
Not necessarily that you go to Himalaya. But
Knowing
if you
your karma.
qualify with other, if you meet other,
Then you don't need to go to Himalayas. Okay. Then you don't need to go to Himalayas. If you have already given up everything, within your thought and otherwise, you don't need to go to Himalayas.
You've achieved purity.
There's nothing there's special there which will do more than what you can do here.
no, there is something. The distractions are less.
Distractions.
No, that is-
responsibilities are
When
less.
you go there, those distractions will come to you there also. They'll follow
The
you.
birds will pick on
It's
you.
not going
the
to go away
animals.
just
Yes,
because
he's
someone
right.
left it.
There's some you will be concentrating on other things. वहाँ की life क्या easy है? तू पूछो जाके. They said कि
I'm not saying easy. It's very hard. It's very hard to leave the world and go there and meditate there.
हम लोग को ऐसा लगता है भाग जाए वहाँ.
But no. It's not easy.
But
कौन
did you
किसको
hear what
लगता है
Salim
भाग जाए?
said?
It's not.
That वहाँ पे आपको birds आके तंग करेंगे, आपको कीड़े
And-
मकोड़े काटेंगे. So there it will have
It's
its
easier
own.
where we are doing, in our own house. We got all the comforts. It's so much more easier, I think.
You know, the amazing thing is the whole Bhagavad Gita started because of your question. Because Arjun wanted to run away. He kept, and the funny thing is कि chapter 2 में भगवान ने उसको पूरी ज्ञान दे दिया, right? But obviously haste में दिया. It's like, you are trying to push down somebody's throat everything, but he didn't get everything.
No.
And again, he's like, Krishna Bhagavan, I got you now. You are saying, just like you are saying, no, he also kept saying that, hey, if you are saying that meditation is better, why you are asking me to do this ghor karma? He called it ghor karma, horrible karma. Because imagine his thing. हम लोग तो कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं किसी को चाय देने में, किसी को खाना बनाने में. उसको तो मारना था भाई. किसको मारना था? भाइयों को, ग्रैंडफादर को. The one he loved the most. कोई मुझे बोले मेरे ग्रैंडफादर, मैं तो बेहोशी हो जाऊं.
That is true.
Yeah.
और
So-
अपने गुरु को.
हाँ,
I mean, it
और
was
कृष्ण भगवान बोलते
very
हैं, pick up your thing. Why you're acting like a coward? And
But
then
Kamlaji, credit to you for, pursuing your thoughts.
yeah, there's nothing wrong. There's
Absolutely.
nothing wrong. But I think
Trying to
that's
understand.
exactly why we want to systematically study Bhagavad Gita, because he has answered all the questions. And even that same thing, what you are saying, it took us a couple years to sink in us. That it is the same path, but it's the early part is because our teacher used to
tell
keep
you, I
saying
think, in
we have
third
so
or
much.
fourth
He's saying
chapter.
she used to say like this. She said, अगर meditation करना इतना आसान होता ना, तो अगर मैं तुमको बोलती वहाँ जाके कोने में बैठ जाओ, आंखें बंद करो.
Okay, listen.
So let me finish. So she said,
let her finish.
तुम लोग
That's important.
नहीं बैठ पाओगे because तुम लोग के pressure of vasana is too much in you. That's why you have to do karma. अगर तुम meditation में तैयार हो ना, किसी को बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. तुम आंखें बंद करोगे, you एकदम से वहाँ merge हो जाओगे. And then another thing, one last thing, and then you can say, I know that it is when the vairagya is very, very strong, you will know it. Nothing will stop you, like like Buddha. His wife, his most beautiful wife, his child, his kingdom, nothing stopped him. So if the vairag वहाँ तक पहुँच चुका है, तो तुमको सोचने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी मैं छोड़ूं घर या नहीं छोड़ूं. But this kind of wavering that we have to do karma yoga. And then the best part about this is that you can get, like you are saying, sitting where you are, you can get to the highest. Sorry, I talked too much. It's all yours.
I think
You're in
let's-
the guru
let's-
place.
Let's hear exactly the question. I think we haven't given her a chance.
I
Give
don't
the
know
question.
what is the question because I'm struggling with the question itself.
You come to
every
the
day.
right place. You come to the right
Because
place.
I see my father-in-law. He's 95 years old, right? He's a very nice man, very disciplined man. Whatever he does with thorough attention to it. He loves everybody. But I feel like I do not want to be like him.
Okay.
Why?
He
No,
sat
we
down-
should not
He's
be.
setting an
He
example.
sit down.
like
No,
he
no,
sit
but first-
down
wait a
and
minute.
meditates he sit down, but he does like exactly if it's half hour, he will sit exactly half hour at the same time, morning and evening, 6:30, my meditation time. He will go and do it. But he's not going to get enlightened.
How do you know
How
that?
is that?
Because his sadhana is not increasing, it's not going further.
No.
It's not the time. I don't think sadhana has anything to do with time. See, when somebody asks Swamiji actually, when does he do meditation? He says, I'm always in meditation. See, when you say
Swamiji
achieving God,
Swamiji
let
merged
me ask
with
you
God
this.
already.
When they
For-
say this is an enlightened
Which
person,
Swamiji are you referring to?
Chinmayanand ji,
Chinmayanand.
yeah.
when you say this person or Swami is enlightened, what does that mean? What do you understand by that?
That
Let me give you what they talk about the book, not I. They're saying when they stop distinguishing between you and me, when they understand, they see it as oneness. That is all there is.
Yeah,
Once you have achieved that, there's
according
nothing
to me, when I close my eyes, I see this vastness somewhere. And I feel, according to me, enlightenment is when I just merge into that vastness.
No.
When everything becomes same.
Yeah, that
I
is
think that's
enlightenment.
enlightenment.
No, but no,
And-
you cannot. That's not what Krishna Bhagwan is saying. We have to understand what he's saying. He's saying that whether you are open eyes or close eyes.
Whatever. I'm not saying like close eyes. I'm not saying you can feel that oneness even with open eyes. When I'm in nature and I just go there, I feel that connection there. But if you don't have that, and the people who are enlightened, I think they are just in that bliss. They just get the connection every time.
But it's
I
not
I
with
don't
the
have it.
vastness, Kamala. I would disagree. You have to have the oneness with everybody.
When you see in the
When
dirt
animals
also.
with
Yes.
the
Yeah,
flowers
but
with
that's what they
That's what
must
I
be when I'm not enlightened, so I don't know how it happens. But when,
Theoretically, we know
but
now.
when they become enlightened, everything is same for them. Every human being, everything is same.
Yeah.
Because they reach to that level where their wall broke and they merge into
Maybe your
this.
father-in-law is enlightened in his own mind.
Yes. No, another point I wanted to bring is that in this class, it's extremely important because that our teacher gave this so much dose to us. Number one, this is your journey. Don't think about your spouse, your children, your father-in-law, nobody.
No. I'm
No,
taking
it
them
is
example.
important. It is
Let her
important.
finish, please. Yeah.
So it's like when the moment we start judging somebody, we failed, because it's not about any. We don't know where they are, where they stand, and because it's such a long journey, and if your father-in-law is trying, remember, I think before you came we discussed that previous verses when he talked about that nothing towards this journey goes waste. Remember with that even in the worldly sense you may be going down, but inside you're progressing. So that's why we cannot judge anybody. We cannot get into their mind and know.
I'm not judging. I'm just from his example. I'm trying to get the answer to my own.
I think you should get
questions.
no answer from
See, I'll read
this.
you one line from here.
Yeah,
The
let's go back
yogi who
to
can
the text.
maintain constant ecstasy with the infinite equality during action and during meditation is the highest of all yogis.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have to have the bliss
Fix
in
it,
action
will you?
and as well as in the meditation.
No, she's reading from a different book, that's Yogananda's book. But I think that you are absolutely right. So it's like both ways. What I would suggest, Kamla, I know that I keep repeating like a broken drum, but this is really important. We go back to Bhagavad Gita and we read those verses, and I can specifically the ones that you have questioned with, I will send you those verses, and you can pick up any saints will be good. If you Prabhupada ji or Yogananda or Chinmayananda, they will lead you in the right direction. You have to do a lot of mananam directly from this. Don't look at other people. Don't look at all this. Go back to it, and
Yeah,
do the
there I
mananam.
agree, because primarily we are sitting over here because we want to understand Bhagavad Gita. Also, I love the way you did the Mandukya Upanishad and you connected the two, इधर से ये लिया और वो गीता में कैसे explain किया गया है. Basically, that is what we are here for. And sometimes, मेरी बात का बुरा नहीं मानना, but I feel that we get too distracted with our talking about our personal experience, which is a very good thing, Let's talk about our personal experiences and clear our own doubts. But when it overshadows the primary purpose of our being here, then to me it seems ki bhai thoda, let's get back to the Gita and see, because that's what I think the purpose of this class is.
Okay. I'll just finish it with one paragraph.
Sure.
The devotee who performs actions in a state of ecstasy, maintaining unbroken inner union with the spirit, both in meditation and in external activities, is the greatest of all yogis. He has attained an even higher state than the yogi who remains one with the Lord for years in sankalpa samadhi without performing any bodily actions.
Very good.
So जो action करता है bliss रहता है और जो meditate करता है bliss रहता है, दोनों में ही blissful है. That he is a greater yogi than the one who is in sankalp samadhi.
Yeah, I think that's a very good. You read that of Yogananda. Yeah. And you know what? For another suggestion for you is we can have a one-on-one discussion more. You know.
Maybe you'll benefit more. with
Yeah.
that.
Then you know other people will not feel like we are just digressing.
I'm sorry if you took it that way.
No. It's like she just expressing.